I am back. That's right, I'm back. So what do I have for you today? Keep watching. Hi peoples, welcome to my channel, Bernie Playing with Makeup. My name is Bernadette. All my friends and subscribers call me Bernie. So if you are not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn on the notification bell because you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. Yes, I finally got through. Take 5. I am so excited to be back sitting down in the front of the camera recording. It has been a minute. Before I get started, I want to let you know that you may hear some noise. I am gonna put some music in the background. Hopefully that'll be able to mask the noise. I am living next door to the renovation from hell. These people have been renovating this place and it's been taking longer than it took to build the house. I don't know what they're doing. Every time over the last 2 days, I finish my eyebrows and I hit record, they get started. If you hear any noise, that's what you're hearing. Sounds like they're cutting tiles or something, but I'm gonna try my best to make sure you guys don't hear it too much. As I started to say, it has been a minute. I took a little break. I was getting frustrated. As you know, I record with a ring light, and with the renovation going on during the daytime, I was just unable to record, and my lights were stuck along with my products was stuck in the United States due to COVID-19. Well, I finally got my lights. I hope you can see that in the lighting of the video, but I finally got my lights, loving them. And I also finally got some new products. Today we're going to be playing with Selena Gomez's new makeup line, Rare Beauty. You've seen it already, but you haven't seen it here. You don't have my thoughts. I think I might have opened these boxes to just get a little peek-see, but I haven't touched them, haven't done anything to them. So we're going to get into it. I always prep my skin a little bit before I get ready to put makeup on. As a reminder to everyone, I always put my sunscreen on camera. I want to remind everyone that we do need to be wearing sunscreen to protect us. I took out too much. I already have some sunscreen on, so I don't need this much. I want to remind everyone that we should be wearing sunscreen to don't put it on your hair. Don't put it on your hair, Claude. Don't do that. You want it on your face. I just want to remind everyone that we want to protect our skin from the sun. So now that we have that on, let it sit for about a minute or so before I move on to primer. So as I said, we're going to be playing with Rare Beauty from Selena Gomez. Not quite sure when she launched this, but it's been out for a minute now. So she launched it basically with almost everything. There is a primer, there's a setting spray that's also a primer, foundation, concealer, lipsticks, blush. That's just about everything, but I didn't get everything. I just got things that I thought I would be interested in using, and so that's what we're gonna play with. I have my favorite primers, so I really didn't get the primer. What I did get was the primer. What's this called? It's always an Optimist 4-in-1 priming mist. So I figure if this is a primer and a mist, I don't need to get both. And I believe this was what? I will put the price for everything on the screen. That way it doesn't slow me down. I believe this was like $22. I could be wrong, but I'll put the price on the screen. Sure said I didn't open these at all. But as we go on with this, I'm gonna tell you guys about my ordeal and getting my lights and everything here. Like I said, I took a little break. It was supposed to be like maybe week and a half to 2 weeks tops break. Even though our borders were allegedly open, I think it was back in October when they said the borders were open. But technically the borders weren't open. It was open, but there weren't any airlifts from Grand Bahama. But we decided we're gonna pay a freight forwarding company to go ahead, and so this is what the mist look like. The 4-in-1 primer setting spray looks like. Let me shake it up. I don't know if I'm supposed to shake it up. Am I supposed to shake it up? I don't know. Hold on. Ooh, it looks like a very fine mist. I'm happy about that. So that should be good enough. So as I let that dry. So we decided we're gonna pay this freight forwarding company to go to my sister's house, pick up the stuff, and then put it on a boat. There was a fast ferry and some other ships that were bringing stuff, that are still bringing stuff to the island. So we figured we would do that. So we paid them, and I'm like, okay, well, as soon as the stuff gets here, I'm gonna get back to filming. And I was very, very excited and anxious and just couldn't wait to get started. We are now at the point to where we may have to take legal action against this company because they took our money and they just didn't provide the service a month later. So for the foundation, I got the shade 4W80. Now, of course, I eyeballed this because it was online. I looked at some reviews and I went by people who is like my shade twins, or who's, you know, pretty close to my skin tone, and that's how I came up with this shade. So now one thing I know from watching the reviews, because listen, when you don't have anything else to do, and I didn't have much to do, YouTube and Netflix is what I did. Like, I legit watched all 8 seasons of Girlfriends. I watched The Game. They have 3 seasons on Netflix, and I watched YouTube. So I know that this is very, very fluid. So I'm shaking it up. I'm trying to be very careful because from the reviews, what I see, this looks like it could get messy easy. So this is what it looks like. Okay, no, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too messy. This is what the applicator looks like. So I'm just gonna go in. Just put some. Now this is a lightweight. I think it's a medium foundation. I'm gonna start with about that much, and let's see how it works. She did come out with a brush, a foundation brush, as well as a sponge, but I didn't pick up any of those. The brushes that I have, I like them. I didn't feel like I needed to add any brushes to my collection. Let's see if this is it's a very luminous foundation. I could tell that already. On camera, it's pulling a little bit orange, but in person, it doesn't look like that in person. Maybe it's too dark, I don't know. I think it's too dark. I think that's what's going on. It's a luminous foundation, and the primer is a luminous primer. So I just felt like that was going to be too much luminosity. It dries down okay. Like when you first put it on, it's very, very luminous. On camera, it's still looking kind of really luminous, bordering on shiny almost, but in person it's drying down okay. So in the time that I had off, I used that time not just to watch TV, but to also think about like my channel and the direction I want to take my channel in. Put some on my forehead. This applicator, I mean, so far it's not as messy as I was expecting. Just because of the reviews that I saw, it made it seem as if the applicator was going to be a hot mess. And so I prepared for that. And so far, I'm happy to say it's not. As I was saying, I spend the time I spend the time coming up and thinking about what I wanted to do with my channel, the direction that I wanted my channel to go in. Being able to only film during the daytime, it really cost me not to be able to be consistent uploading content because I was at the mercy of the sun. Now that I don't have that problem, my goal is to be able to upload 2 videos a week, one on Mondays, and then a truck. I live on a very quiet block, very quiet, except for today. The coverage is not bad at all. Another thing I was not expecting. I was expecting the coverage. I have a mirror over here as well. I was expecting the coverage to, I have no idea what's going on today. None. Maybe the thoroughfare is blocked off or something, and traffic is being diverted onto our otherwise quiet block. So I think I could go a shade lighter. So if I like this, I probably will pick up the shade, one shade lighter. Be able to record content in the evening, early in the morning, pretty much whenever. So yeah, I hope to upload videos twice a week on a consistent basis. So that is how our foundation is looking. I think it's blended in really nice. My concern, I feel like the shade I selected is a little bit darker than the rest of my body. I think you can see it compared to my chest. So, I try to match my foundations to my chest. She also launched concealers, and this is something like Fenty Beauty. I know a lot of comparisons to Fenty Beauty was made with this foundation. I don't know if I think I see that in the packaging as much as everyone else says, but with these, there are corresponding concealers to foundation. So this foundation 4W80, there's a concealer 4W80, but I wanted my concealer to be a little bit brighter than the foundation, so I picked up the shade 4W60, so 2 shades lighter, which is what I normally would go for. And it's the packaging is similar to the foundation. The ball on this is a little bit different. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. Okay, so taking this out is harder. I was expecting the foundation to be difficult, but okay, so something is going on. The concealer doesn't want to come out. Okay, got it out. Something is going on the main, because I'm hearing these vehicles, but I'm not seeing them. Let me call my husband. He just not too long left.
Hello?
Babe, is the thoroughfare blocked off or something?
Where?
Leaving from here, I'm hearing all I'm hearing is huge trucks driving up and down.
No, not that I don't think it's blocking here.
It's weird. Like every 2 seconds a huge truck is driving past. Yeah.
But they must be skeptical of you because you're trying to run.
I know. This is annoying.
Yep.
All right.
Alright. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all see how he thinks that's funny? Gets on my nerves. So the applicator looks like this. It looks a little bit different from any applicator I have or have seen. I'm gonna go in with it. I like how it's nice and small so you could really get in. Okay. What is this? It looks a bit light. The coverage of this was supposed to be more coverage than the foundation. But I guess we're about to find out. Whilst I am going to be doing a few reviews of some of the products that I got, one thing that I won't be doing is reviewing a lot of products. Even if I have those products, I will just play with them the way that I normally play with stuff on my channel. And the reason for that is I feel like even like when I would watch YouTube videos before I started doing YouTube, I feel like when new products come out, there's such a saturation of videos on YouTube. There's like, this is how I feel anyway, like there's this pressure to, oh my god, I have to buy it. And I know that is a huge reason why brands send YouTubers, influencers products, because they want them to advertise it for them. But I also don't want to be a part of this making people feel like just because something just dropped, oh my god, I need to go out there and get it. Because a lot of times I believe you could just hold off for a minute and then you can get it later on for so much less. It's still the same item. There's no need to feel like I have to rush just because this thing just dropped and my favorite YouTuber or every YouTuber is pushing it. It's on their channel. I don't want to be that type of channel. I want us to play with products, get our feel for it, say how I feel about it, let you know what my thoughts are, but not have that type of channel to where it's like, oh my goodness, this item just dropped. I just have to stop everything what I'm doing and go out and buying it. Especially in this current economic climate where people may just, you may just not have the money to be able to go out and buy it. And I don't want people to feel like because someone has said I need to go and buy it, I need to go and buy it. I'll sometimes review stuff. If it's something that you say you want to see, I'll sometimes review it. But as a whole, that isn't going to change, because I do feel like there is pressure, like I have to go out and get this, it's the new best thing. But I just got a new foundation last week. You said that was the new best thing, and now you come back and saying this the new best thing? But Jesus, how much foundations I need, especially if I can't afford it, and I'm not, like, you know what I mean? Do I really need all of these foundations? Because remember, a lot of these people are not buying theirs. They're getting them for free. But you have to go out and buy yours. Remember that. Let's blend this out. I didn't pick up a darker shade to use as a contour. I don't think I'm going to contour today. I think I may just use a bronzer. I don't think I had actually uploaded the video where I talked about how we already have videos on the channel which shows how, if you are really new to makeup, how you can blend out your concealer under your eyes using a mirror, and that makes it so much easier for you to be able to see what it is you're doing whilst blending out your concealer. But I also want you to be able to grow in your makeup application in the process. If you haven't seen any of those videos, please feel free to go and see them. And if you still need to blend out your concealer using a mirror, by all means, feel free to go ahead and do that. But unless I'm doing an extremely beginner friendly video, I will be blending out my concealer by doing it what I call blindly. And a simple way to do that I used to do when I first started, especially for when I get right up underneath my eyes, I would stare up at the ceiling. So I would do this. I'm looking up at the ceiling, at the fan or whatever, and because I'm looking up, I know the creases are stretched, so I'm just gonna blend that, and then I'm gonna do this, and I'm pretty much good to go. I do like this shade because it's not all that bright in comparison with my foundation, which is why I did pick a shade that was just gonna be 2 shades lighter. So that was easy enough to blend out. It blends out very, very well, the concealer. So we're looking with the concealer, the foundation blended out. I don't know, I think I'm starting to feel like I may want to contour just a little bit. I think I'm going to use my NARS Creamy Radiant concealer to do a little bit of contouring, just a little bit, not much. This is in the shade Cocoa. I think that's the shade. I'm not going to go in with a lot at all. Soften my contour up a little bit. She did come out with blush, but she came out with liquid blush, and of everything on this whole line that makes me the most nervous, it is these liquid blush. She came out with 8 shades. I think 4 were matte and 4 are luminous. I got the shade Grateful, and that is one of the luminous ones. The technique I like the most is putting it on before you set your foundation. I prefer that one the best. Except for the color, it is the concealer bottle. And so applicator and everything is the same. These look very pigmented, but they sheer out really good. I know that looks like a lot. No, I love me some blush, and I purposefully did not get a pinky one. You know, I've been on that little pinky or blush thingy now for quite a while. I was like, no, don't do that. They're gonna be expecting you to be pink. You could use a beauty sponge for this if you want. I feel like I have more control using my fingers. I like the way my complexion looks, except I do feel it looks really dewy. It looks dewy, bordering on oily. Hopefully that will get fixed once I powder everything down. I'm going to start by setting my highlighted areas. And to set my highlighted areas, I'm going to use this Mercier setting powder, and I'm using it in translucent deep. This is the pressed powder. I've had this for a minute, but then I found I didn't even know I had it, and so I wasn't using it. So I'm gonna use it today. This concealer is very, very pretty. This concealer is not creasing or anything like that. So I really like this concealer. She didn't come out with a setting powder. She came out with, like, it's like a blotting powder. And I have a blotting powder and I already don't use that. So I wasn't intrigued by it. I'm going to set my contour with my bronzer, and I'm going to use my Minted bronzer. This is the Minted bronzer in collaboration with Ashley Blaine Featherston. This is season 2. This is a very, very deep bronzer. I've been trying to get my hands on that Minted new bronzer for a minute now, but I have not been able to because the shade that I want is sold out. I'm gonna set the rest of my face using my Mercier translucent powder in the shade medium deep. I love how the setting powder, it shared out the blush even more, and I love how it looks. It looks really, really pretty. The face doesn't look as dewy as it did before, but I'm afraid to set it. I feel like the setting spray, the setting mist may make my face look dewy again. So I'm nervous about that. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go take off my comfy little night thing. Come back, finish off my lips, and I'm gonna show you how everything came out and give you my thoughts on this line. So I will be right back. Alrighty then, I am back. I've changed my clothes and I actually have a dress on. Okay, so the only thing we have left to try from this line is the lipstick. This is the Lip Souffle Creme, and I got shade, I don't know, I can't see the name of the shade that I got, but it's a mauve shade. I didn't realize it was so mauve when I selected it, but that's the shade that I have. It's a mauve shade. I don't know if I need to line my lips or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on first, but outlining my lips, and then if I need to line my lips, I'll line my lips. I don't like matte lipstick, but this is supposed to be like a really, really comfortable matte lipstick. I made sure I exfoliated my lips, I hydrated myself, because I really want to see how this works. I only got one because it's matte, and if I like it, I will go back and grab a few more. Especially during this Sephora sale, I have a story about that. I like the applicator. I like how you could use it as a lip liner. Like if you turn it on the side. Oh, it's pretty. So for the Sephora VIB sale, right? I spent a couple of days open talking about the sale. I mean, my husband have this thing where if We have like a spending threshold, a splurge threshold, where if one person is gonna splurge, we have to tell the other person so that they could decide if they want to splurge as well. He doesn't know what a Sephora VIB sale is. So I've been like, I want to shop at Sephora's VIB sale without explaining to him. Alright, I'm going to need to use a lip liner. On camera, it doesn't look anything like the way it looks on camera in person. I like it. But I'm going to put a lip liner on. This is Chestnut from MAC. I'm going to line my lips with this. So as I was saying about the Sephora VIB sale, so I've been moping around. I want to shop at Sephora VIB sale without telling them what the Sephora VIB sale was. So finally he gave in and he was like, well, first I bought like, was like, I need to buy some stuff from Uma Beauty, because believe it or not, I have never tried Uma Beauty. So that was a couple of weeks ago, so I got my Uma Beauty products. I got the card, I got my Uma Beauty products. I wonder if I want to take this. I think I'm going to take this off, line my lips first. So it's like, okay, go shop VIB. So I went on, I got a few items, and then I was like, I'm going to go back and get some more. So my husband came home like, I think it was the morning when I purchased my items, and he was like, because I manage all of the finances, he was like, something is wrong with the card. And I was like, what's wrong with the card? And he was like, something's wrong with the card. I tried to get some money to get gas and I couldn't. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with the card. So I went online and there was nothing wrong with our account. So I went back to Sephora. I tried to be slick. So I went back to Sephora, and the stuff that was in my card, I tried to purchase those and I couldn't. But I'm looking at my account and it's like, why I can't purchase these stuff? So, you know, I called the bank, and then the bank started asking me a series of questions about pending purchases, all of which were valid. And then he said, is your husband around? So I said, yeah, he's home. He said, there's some purchases on his card, but I can't go over them with you. I have to speak to him. So I called him, and the guy was like, there are some purchases I need you to verify. My husband hardly ever purchases anything online. If he has to purchase anything online, he always asks me to do it. So I already knew from when he said that, I knew something was wrong. He starts giving my husband pending purchases from Suffrage. And he doesn't even know what that is. And I'm like, who? What? And these were like, this person tried to go to town. So both of our cards were compromised and has to be replaced. And I still have stuff inside my Sephora card. Well, my husband put a rush on his card, but we decided not to put a rush on my own because you have to pay a fee for it. And child, I need my money for Sephora. And then BoxyCharm pop-up is on Monday. So hopefully this lip will look better with my lips lined. If not, then I'm gonna have to not use that lip at all, but I will use it in person because it looks good in person. I see that I don't like the way it looks on camera, so I'm gonna try it now. And like I said, if it still don't look good, we're gonna have to try it. We're gonna have to just do a lip gloss. Okay, so yeah, it looks much better with the lip gloss. I mean with the lip liner. It's a nice nude with the lip liner. I didn't get it to be a nude lip, but I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm wondering if I should put a gloss on this or leave this like this. I like it. It feels comfortable. You know I don't like matte lipstick, but it feels very, very comfortable. It's a pretty nude, but I'm wondering if I should leave it like this, true to what it's supposed to be, or if I should put gloss over it. What y'all think? Alright, so this is what it looks without gloss. But I think I'm gonna put a little bit of gloss on it. I'm gonna put one of the Fenty gloss on it, the clear one. And this is Diamond Milk Diamond. It looks good with the gloss on it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is me in my rare beauty. Because Selena Gomez says I am rare and I am beautiful. Okay, I must say I do like it, but let's talk about it. The primer mist, what is it called? I still have the bottles, I still have everything yet. This here, this is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. I feel like this is very hydrating, and I think this contributed to my face looking really oily. Maybe not before. I think I probably would prime my face with a regular primer and then just use this as a setting spray, because I did not set my face because of fear that I would be looking like a grease ball. So yeah, the foundation, I like the foundation. I really do like the foundation. The shade I have, I believe, is a bit too dark. This could probably be a good summer shade for me. Watch this. I'm gonna call someone. My husband thinks I'm 10 shades darker than what I actually am. Babes, come look at me, please. Look at my chest.
It's a little bit darker.
Thank you. Mr. Patrick Starr agrees. This shade is too dark. I don't know yet if I like this foundation enough to pick up a shade that's one shade lighter, but I think it'll work really good in this summer. If for summer 2021 I actually get to leave the house. But I love the foundation. It is an extremely lightweight foundation. It is not nearly as messy as what you saw on some of those YouTube videos. You saw me open this. You didn't see a whole mess. Like, listen, they had me scared. This foundation gives more coverage than I was expecting it to give, just based on a lot of the videos I saw. I didn't have to go in with that much to get coverage, especially around my mouth where my hyperpigmentation is. Granted, I've been working on that during this little sabbatical I've been on, but really it gave much more coverage than I was expecting. I feel like this line, it is for a particular demographic, and I don't know if I'm that demographic. Selena Gomez, she's very young. I think this is for her fans, but if you're that demographic, I think this is a good foundation for you. Is this something I'm gonna reach for? I may use it on a day when I'm looking for not that much coverage. If you have oily skin, I don't think this is for you. If you have dry skin, this is definitely for you. I have combination skin, and you could already see where my T-zone that's oily, you can already see the oils are peeking through. The concealer, this concealer blends like butter. I really love this concealer. I probably will pick up this concealer in a lighter shade as well as in a contour shade, because I didn't get a contour shade, but it blends like butter and it does not crease. Even like where my problem areas are, this is not creased, and it blends, like I said, it blends like butter. It really blends good. I don't know if that's because I'm using it on top of the foundation. You know, I always believe products that are made by the same brand, they are engineered to work with each other. So I definitely love this. That's a yes. My favorite from everything I use was the blush, and I do prefer the blush being used on you before you put powder down. I think it looks better. It doesn't, especially because the foundation is so luminous. It doesn't look, at least on me anyway, and from reviews that I saw, I feel like it looks better when you put it on whilst your foundation is still wet, and then you set it with powder. So I really prefer using it that way. I don't know if that'll work for the matte one, because there are 4 of the shades that are matte, but you guys know me, I don't really like matte. So the luminous one, yes, this is definitely the favorite thing I like from this line. The lip souffle, I really love this. This is very, very comfortable. The shade I got in person, the shade does not need a lip liner, but on camera it definitely needs a lip liner. On camera, with this combo that I have, even in person with the combo I have, the MAC chestnut lipstick, the MAC chestnut lip liner with this, I'll have the shade on the screen, and this combo, it is the perfect nude for deep skin tone like mine. And then I really don't get to use the Fenty gloss bombs that much, especially that Diamond Milk one, but I like how it looks with the lip gloss on top of it. It actually works good with a lip gloss or not, but my lips are always dry. I'm going to be filming a next video right after this, so that's why I wanted to put that on top of it. Overall, I think it's a good line. I think her fans, you know, that's who the demographic is. I like the way everything looks. I did have to powder it down quite a bit to keep it from being so luminous, because it's not that it's dewy, because I don't mind dewy or a natural finish. It's beyond luminous. It could get oily. I love the price point. I don't think anything in this was more than $30, although as much as I love these little liquid blush, I think $20 for these is a little bit much. I don't know, I mean, they may last long depending on how much you use and how you use them, but I think, you know, $20 was a bit much. I really don't have any complaints. That is it for this video. As always, thank you guys so much for spending part of your day with me. I am so happy to be back. I did miss you all. I hope you missed me. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Before you leave, if you are not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because you want to be notified the next time I upload a video. Until then, guys, please be safe